We cover it all for you.
We do, yes.
We get you through life. Good Sunday morning to you. Welcome into Weekend Recharge. I'm LaRosa.
And I'm Nick Walker in for Paul Goodlow. Today begins what will be a very wet and sometimes stormy few days.
See all those thunderstorms offshore, but we're really starting to see the impacts of all of those coming onshore. So that is definitely one of our big stories here, that soaking Gulf Coast rain. We are going to connect it, though, to how all this weather will play out for the next few days across the country and tie it back to some of this tropical rain. Meanwhile, the monsoon continues. We still have beautiful, fair, clear skies across much of the Midwest into the Northeast. We'll time out how much longer that will last and talking about how much heat and humidity will remain in place over the next few days. But yes, Nick, all eyes on the Gulf. But also keeping an eye on how all of the rain, the tropical rain that we're talking about along the Gulf, could be influencing what we're seeing here in places like South Carolina. So we have the flash flood watches posted already, including parts of North Carolina. We're talking Statesville and Asheville, but also into eastern Georgia. So flash flooding has to do with not only a lot of rain, but the time frame it happens quickly, and that could produce flooding on the roadways. We've been talking about this area of low pressure for Florida. We've been talking about how much moisture is in the atmosphere. It's all going to be producing big showers and thunderstorms raining down. Not a bad thing. We need the nice steady rainfall because of the drought. However, it will come at a cost in some spots. So even through tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms possible. You have for much of the upstate, even into Charleston eventually as we get into Tuesday. And as I mentioned, Nick, this is an area that definitely needs the rain, but as we see sometimes with showers and storms, it comes at a price.
Too much at one time.
Exactly. Storms yesterday producing scenes like this down the shore. Spectacular looking sky there. That shelf cloud appeared in Ware Town during stormy weather. And thanks to Marcel Grenz-Sickler for posting it to our Facebook page. And more proof it is amazing out there, but also visual proof that those storms can get pretty wild and pretty nasty. So we have right now keeping an eye on one other spot that could be looking at some stormy weather. Believe it or not, we're actually talking about Seattle, right? The water vapor imagery showing beautifully why, the mechanism, the trigger. You have that spin showing beautifully by the water vapor, but it's also producing instability. And yes, you could hear some rumbles of thunder in Seattle. That will be on the move as we get in through the rest of the week, and that is going to be our storm trigger. We have plenty of moisture at the surface. We have those boundaries. You put everything together, and then by Tuesday, this is the result. You have the chance for some severe weather and through the plains, including Pierre, Bismarck, Buffalo, Glendive. Damaging winds and hail, a big threat with this as we get into Tuesday. By Tuesday night, seeing generally scattered showers and thunderstorms across the plains into the Midwest, and then by Wednesday, there you go, it begins to move into places like Minneapolis, right on that western edge, I should say the eastern edge of that threat area. And then by Thursday, more showers and thunderstorms now moving through parts of the Midwest, the Great Lakes, and the Ohio Valley.
We knew the sunshine couldn't last forever.
Exactly. Yeah. We still have a lot to go here on Weekend Reach. Rolls on. I'm LaRosa.
And I'm Nick Walker in for Paul Goodlow. A tropical deluge is setting up over the Gulf Coast this morning, and it's not going anywhere for a few days.
And we are going to check in with meteorologist Mike Seidel, who's been driving through it all this morning. And that's coming up.